Hey guys, how's it going? Black Boy here. Today, we are going to look at some of the updates and upgrades I've made to two videos or two things that I've gotten last year. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. All right, so first up, I had a video where I did a review of a foot pedal, or not a foot pedal, a pedal board that I bought last year. I wanted to downsize my live rig, and I ended up buying an HX Stomp. I bought a pedal board size power amp. I have, the Digitech drop pedal and a compressor all on this small little. I want to say it's a 60-inch pedal board. And one of the cool things about this pedal board is that it had a built-in power supply. As you can see right here on the screen, I ended up getting the Harley Benton Spaceship. Like I said, I think it's the 60XL bundle. Right now I can't find the 60XL bundle on the website, but there will be links to this particular one down below. And now, so like they have a 40, they have a 60, they have an 80, I think they have a 20. Each one of those numbers represent the inches of the pedal board size and whatnot. Some come in the bundles, some don't. Some come with the power supply built in, some don't. Some come with this soft shell case right here, some come with a hard shell case. Anyways, I loved it. I still love it. The major issue with that I came up to it is actually with the HX Stomp. Now, the power supply for the HX Stomp would not plug into the battery pack or the power brick for my spaceship. So I ended up having to go out and figure out a long ways. And now, as you can see here in the bundle, it comes with a bunch of barrel cords, power supplies that plug directly into the power brick. Let me see if I can't. So yeah, so this is the power brick. I got the one that has a plug in. There's also a battery powered one, but I got the one that is like this, that that's plugged into it. Now, I ended up, like I said, the HX Stomp is a very particular, takes a very particular power supply. And here you can see it comes with a bunch of barrel plugs, and I got them all right here. And this green one right here is specifically designed for Line 6 products, HX Stomps, because the actual barrel here is a particular size. But the only issue with this particular one here is that the amount of voltage needed to power the HX Stomp, this would not do. This couldn't work. It didn't supply enough voltage. So I ended up doing some research, and I ended up finding these two right here. So this Cox 350 type 3 flexible angle power cable, 20 inches, and the Cox 8800 parallel adapters. Now, so what I found out, and as you guys can see, I have them both right here, the 8800 and the 350, or 3050. This plugs the 3050, so let me just put it up. This one right here plugs directly into the HX Stomp. All right, that's good. And this one right here, this is the tricky bit. This is a single female to 2 male. Okay, so what I realized is all I needed to do is plug 2 males into the power supplies into 2 separate 9-volt 9-volt power supply, so that way it can run through and have enough voltage for the HX Stomp. The only problem with this is that this power supply, this barrel, even though it says it works for the HX Stomp, is actually too big. Or was it too small? Either or, I'll show an extra video of it right here. So with this not fitting, I had to find a way to, jimmy rig this. And what happened is I did some more research and I found this guy right here, this L Taurus, Jorgi L Taurus. I'm sorry, I probably butchered his first name, but he came across this cable, which was specifically designed for this application. Now they have a specific, they have, the right size barrel connector that plugs directly into the HX Stomp, and they have two female connectors that go directly into the power brick supply. So it was great, and we have it right here. It's actually from Gator, and this comes in two different versions. We have one that has a straight port right here, which I have right here. I actually got it. And then we have another one that comes with a 90-degree angle. Let me see if... All right, anyways. But as you guys can see right here, right? So we'll just go back to here. This one has a straight one, but they have a version of it that has a 90-degree angle bend right here on the opposite side, which I got that one, and that one is currently on the pedal board, as you guys can see right here. And because of that, it actually works, and it works perfectly. So that was one of the major problems that I was able to get a fix that really was hindering me wanting to take out my pedal board in the future for actual gigs, because I'm trying to, like I said, downsize and make it very simple. But finding a power cord that allows me to get enough voltage and actually plug directly into the HX Stomp, because Line 6 had to make a specific size, really is helpful. Now, another thing is Harley Benton is from Thomann, and it's one of their house brands, and Thomann is a European dealer. Most of their stuff comes stock as European. Now, as you guys can see right here, this plug, which was something I didn't even think about when I bought mine, but this is a European style plug. So now I had to, when it came in, I realized I had to get a new plug. And the very difficult thing about this is I had to make sure, after dealing with the HX Stomp, I had to make sure I got the right power cord that had enough voltage and enough wattage to power the board. Well, in comes this Hosa right angle IEC C13 power cord. It's 8 feet. It's a little longer than what I wanted, coming in at $17.95. But you know what? This actually powers the board perfectly, and it runs everything. No major issues or anything like that. As you guys once again can see, everything is working on the board. The only thing that is not directly plugged into the board is my Ant power amp, and that's only because it needs its own IEC power cable. If it had a barrel connector or something like that, pretty sure this spaceship would be able to power it. But no. So now when I go to live shows, all I need is really just need to plug one thing in, because I also went out and bought just a standard very cheap but very sufficient surge protector, one of those multiple ones. As you guys can see right here, plug these two, the power board and the power amp, into the surge protector, and then plug the surge protector into the wall, and everything works good. One of the good things is depending on where I'm playing and what equipment we are using, I might not need to plug the power amp in, because I could go either direct out of the HX Stomp, or I can run into the power amp. It all depends on what I want to do. And even if I were to run into the power amp, so I would plug it in, I could either run the power amp out to cabs, or I can run the power amp directly into a PA system or whatnot, and it just works amazing. With these added additions, and like I said, I will have all of these in the links below. With all of these additions, it just really makes this pedal board, my Spaceship pedal board, really amazing, and solves all the issues I was really having with this. And I just absolutely loved it. Love it. It's one of the major, not issues, but one of the major projects that I've been working on that I can officially say, hey, this is done for now. I don't need to do anything more with it. Now, another project that I've been working on is I was able to get 2 old school, really big PA speakers. I made a video about it. I believe they were the Sonics. I forget what brand or what model they were, but you can see it up here in the video. But the but my Sonic PA speakers. And what I found out is that one of the horns in one of the speakers had a broken magnet or something like that that was not working. This bad boy right here is the 100 watt CFR compression drive. And as you can see right there, the tab is broken. Boy, I hope this is focused. Let's go back to the other camera. But I was able to find a brand new magnet for one of the speakers on eBay. And it took me a while to buy it just because of everything that's going on. But I was able to buy it, and I ended up having to, I was able to install it myself, as you guys can see right here. All right, guys. So I started off first by taking off the back panel, which is where the input jack for the cab is, just so I could, have the wires out and free. And then I'm going to move over and take out the actual front of this too, so I can put the CFR receiver in. Now, while that's going on, I just like to say thank you guys for all of you guys who come in, watch my videos, and have, place comments and suggestions and things like that. I would really appreciate it if you guys like my content to go ahead, hit the subscribe button. I try to put out videos every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. All right, so what I am doing right here, guys, is I had to take the back panel off the other cab just so I could see how the wiring was, because it's been a while since I took this all apart. So, just grab the flashlight, went in, make sure I figured out which wires go where, and then putting the input jacks back in on the other cab right here, and moving the screws out of the way, so that way, like I said, I can take out the front screws and remove the horn right here, which is where the CF drive goes. Now, one of the things that I I did is I had to JB weld not the CF drive, but the actual black cone right there, so that way I could uh, put the CB, the compressor drive back in. Um, yeah, that was very quickly. But as you guys can see right here, I got the wires out, all ready to go, and I had to go and grab my soldering iron so I could solder this right there, as you can see it. Um, One of the things that took me a while though is I moved some things around and I couldn't find the right solder that I needed. It's very important, guys, when you solder to make sure you have the right solder for the job. And with that being said, also make sure you have the right soldering iron. The solder that was with the soldering iron for some reason was like 2 times more than what that soldering iron could do, could handle. I tried a couple of times to use that soldering, but the iron didn't get hot enough to melt the solder. So I ended up, as you guys can see right here, I'm trying the solder to no avail. But I ended up going to get some electrical tape because I did get the right solder right then and there. So let's go ahead. As you guys can see right here, I am soldering it. Unfortunately, you can't actually see my soldering job. I'm sorry about that, but it was pretty good. And then so after I soldered, I'm going to take the electrical tape and wrap up the cords so that way I had a heat shrink, but it wasn't, it was too big. It wasn't the right size. So I just ended up using the electrical tape to wrap up the soldering that I did. As you guys can see right there, just moving the soldering iron now that I'm done, putting it in a spot so that way, you know, it can cool down and whatnot. Quickly ran inside because I realized I didn't have like a moist sponge to just cool it down really quickly, which was my fault. But yeah, as you guys can see right there, just double checking, making sure it wasn't hot enough to melt through that tape, and not tape but plate. And now taping up the soldering those wires, and yeah, just going to put this back in. Once again, guys, I cannot stress how important it is that when soldering, you make sure you get the right solder for the right job. And just, you know, had I not soldered and just twisted the wires together and then wrapped them up in electrical tape, it would have worked, but it would not have been the best thing. So right here, I'm just giving it a quick little test just to see, to make sure it works, and it does work. Yeah, unlike in my other video though, I didn't take the time to grab like the whole PA speaker and watt things and to bring it down here. But yeah, so with that being done, it's time to do the one thing everyone hates, and that's to clean up. So I'm screwing in the rear panel right here, and then I'm going to easily and take my time and put in the horn with the CF compressor drive in there. And this took me a little while. I probably should have started with one of the bottom bolts or screws, I mean, but yeah, no, it took me a while to line up the holes, and then just had to put it in. But yeah, that is pretty much how that went down. All right, guys. Well, that right there was me putting, you know, the CF or the RC compressor drive back into my Sonic cab. Now, like I said, I did try the speaker out Unfortunately, I did not bring my whole PA system down in the power amp, so it was working, but it was very, very quiet. So I didn't even like let you guys hear that audio because it was so quiet. But it works nonetheless. So yeah, that was it, man, and that was amazing. Like those two upgrades that I did, those well, I guess three upgrades, shall we say. So getting the power supply for my Harley Benton spaceship pedal board, getting the power wire for the HX Stomp, and then putting in the RC or whatever it is, putting in the compressor drive for my PA speaker just really put me in a good mood. And it's really good because those are a couple of projects I had on my to-do list that I was able to knock them out finally and get things to where I wanted them to be. Now I'm able and fully confident in taking my pedal board out to gigs and out to shows and just using it on the road. And same thing with the PA speakers. Of course, I'm a little hesitant on the PA speakers. Like I said, I did JB weld it, but just want to make sure, it doesn't, the JB weld holds really well. So I'll be kind of, at least for the next couple of weeks, if I end up moving them, I'll be kind of hesitant and be very, very gentle. Well, guys, that's all the time we have for today. If you have any comments or suggestions, go ahead, jot them down in the comment section down below. I do read all of my comments. Once again, I'd like to thank all of you guys for staying with me and watching my videos and just everything that you guys have done to help me out. Once again, if you like my content, if you want to get more of it, I do try to upload every Tuesday or every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. But until next time, I'm Black Boy, and remember, keep practicing.